August 2008. A small island in the Pacific, a rocket stands on a launch pad that was built by hand. This is the third attempt. The first launch in 2006 failed 25 seconds after liftoff. A fuel leak. The rocket tumbled into the ocean. The second launch in 2007 almost made it. The engine burned longer than any previous attempt. Then a propellant slash, a shudder in the fuel, and it spun apart. The man responsible for both failures is sitting somewhere watching a monitor. He has spent every dollar his company has. His engineers have worked for years without guaranteed pay. The press had called him delusional. His peers, many of them, are waiting for him to quit. The third rocket ignites. It climbs. 2 minutes and 30 seconds later, a residual thrust from an engine that should have been dead causes the two stages to collide. The rocket breaks apart. Three attempts, three failures, no money left for the fourth. What do you do with that? Elon Musk founded SpaceX in 2002 with one idea that humanity must become a multi-planetary species and that private enterprise, not government, would get it there. People thought he was eccentric at best. He sold PayPal. He had money. He had credibility in tech. But rockets had killed everyone who tried to build them outside of nation states. Rockets were the domain of NASA, of Roscosmos, of billion-dollar contracts with decades of institutional knowledge. He hired engineers anyway, moved them to a remote island, told them they were going to change the course of human history. And then the first rocket exploded, and then the second, and then the third. After the third failure, Musk stood in front of his team, people who had given years of their life, who were exhausted and heartbroken, and he said something that almost no one would have said in that moment. As long as we don't give up, we haven't truly failed. What is remarkable is not the sentiment. Plenty of people say things like that. What is remarkable is what came next. He found investors willing to fund one more attempt. His engineers, unpaid, uncertain, depleted, came back to work. On September 28, 2008, the fourth rocket launched. It reached orbit. SpaceX became the first private company in history to launch a liquid fueled rocket into orbit. But this video is not really about rockets. The story of SpaceX is used as an inspiration content constantly, and that's a shame because it's usually reduced to a bumper sticker like don't give up, keep going. But there is something much stranger and important going on in that story. Something Nishi saw almost 150 years ago, and something most of us still refuse to believe. Failure is not the obstacle on the way to the thing that you want. Failure is the thing itself. It is the process by which the thing gets made. To understand why, we need to talk about what Nishi actually meant when he said those five words that everyone almost quotes and almost no one understands. What Nishi actually said, that which does not kill me makes me stronger. It's on gym walls, it's in Instagram bios, it's on the back of motivational calendars, and almost everyone who uses it misunderstands it completely. Nishi was not talking about physical hardship. He was not saying go through the hard things and you will become tougher. That reading is shallow and honestly false. Plenty of hard things crush people and leave them smaller, not larger. What Nishi was talking about was something he called the will to power. Not power over other people, but power over your own interpretation of reality. The question Nishi was asking was this: when something terrible happens to you, who gets to decide what it means? Most of us hand that decision to the event itself. The failure defines us, the rejection narrates us, The collapse writes a story. The Nishi movement, the one that actually makes you stronger, is to take that interpretative authority back. Not to deny the pain, not to pretend the failure didn't happen, but to be the one who decides what the failure was for. The three responses to failure. In my reading of both Nietzsche and Stoics, particularly Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus, there are essentially three ways people respond to failure. The first is collapse. The failure confirms a story you already believe about yourself, that you're not good enough, you're not smart enough, you're not lucky enough. The failure is evidence. You stop trying. The second is denial. You refuse to engage with the failure honestly. You blame external circumstances, bad luck, other people. You tell yourself you didn't really fail. You move on without integrating what happened. And so you carry the same blind spots into the next attempt and the next. The third is what the Stoics call amor fati, love of fate. Not acceptance, not resignation, not it is what it is. Something more radical than that. Do not seek for things to happen as you wish, but wish for things to happen as they do, and you will find tranquility. That's Epictetus. And before you dismiss it as passive, understand what it actually demands of you. Amorphati does not mean you don't want things to go well. It means you have decided in advance that whatever happens is part of the path, that there is no detour, that failure is not a deviation from the journey, but it is the journey. When SpaceX's third rocket exploded, Musk did not pretend it hadn't happened. He sat in the wreckage, metaphorically and emotionally, and he decided what it meant. It meant we need one more try. That's all. That is Amorphati. That is Nishi. That is the third response. What failure actually does to a mind. Modern psychology has a term for what SpaceX's engineers were doing across those four launch attempts. It's called post traumatic growth. The research, pioneered by Richard Tedeschi and Lawrence Calhoun in the 1990s, found something counterintuitive, that people who have experienced profound setbacks often emerge not just recovered, but with genuinely expanded capacities, greater empathy, deeper creativity, a clearer sense of what actually matters to them. That isn't always true. It's not inevitable. Trauma can also destroy, but the research asks what determines which direction it goes. The answer consistently is meaning making. Whether you are the author of what the failure meant, or whether you let the failure author you, this is not motivation poster philosophy. This is one of the most robustly replicated findings in psychology. The mind that chooses what failure means is qualitatively different from the mind that lets failure choose for it. Nishi knew this. He just said it in German and more dramatically. Go back to that island. August 2008. The third rocket has just failed. You are one of the engineers who have been working without a salary guarantee. You have given 2 years to this. You have watched two rockets explode and now a third. The rational thing, by almost every measure, is to stop. And here is the thing I want you to sit with. The rational thing, in that moment, would have meant no SpaceX, no reusable rockets, no resupply missions to the space station, no Starship, no serious conversation about Mars. All of that, every bit of it, exists on the other side of a fourth attempt that had no rational justification. Now, I'm not telling you to be irrational. I'm not saying that every fourth attempt succeeds. Plenty don't. Some things fail because they should. But Nishi's question, the one he spent his entire philosophical life trying to answer, was simpler and harder than any of that. He asked, who do you want to be in relation to the things that break you? Not whether you will succeed, not whether it is worth it, not whether the odds are in your favor. Simply when it falls apart, and it will fall apart, who do you want to be in that moment? The person who lets the failure write the story, or the person who picks up the pen? The fourth rocket is on the launch pad. What's yours?